Welcome to the Recommendation Zone for informed choices on the best in music, books, art, and pop culture. If you find this content useful, please like, subscribe, notify, and share. This next one is a little more personal than most. I don't actually get to meet most of the musicians and performers that I'm talking about on this channel. This next one is an actor who I'd met numerous times over the last 20 years. And his name was Anthony Head. And unfortunately, he passed away a little over a month ago. He was a couple years older than me. You may have known him as Rupert Giles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Uther Pendragon in Merlin, and Rupert Mannion in Ted Lasso. Now, I never saw him in Ted Lasso. I had seen him in the other two roles. But I primarily met him at science fiction and fantasy conventions where he was going as a guest from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he was a charming gentleman, very talented. He wasn't just an actor, he was a writer, he was a director, he starred in plays, and he was a musician and musical performer. He made his start in musical theater. And I thought it only fitting to say goodbye with one of his most favorite performances from a tribute for Rocky Horror Picture Show.
She senses that something rather unhealthy is heading her way. She's right, for this is when the owner of this gothic pile decides to put in an appearance. And here, to essay the role of the sweet transvestite from Transylvania, please welcome Mr. Anthony Head.
This may be a shock if you've seen him as Giles.
How do you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman. He's a little brought down because when you knock, he thought you were the candy man. Don't get strung out by the way that I look.
Echoes of Tim Curry, but definitely not a mimic of that performance.
I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite.
Sweet transvestite.
Oh, transsexual Transylvania. Let me show you around, or maybe play you a song. You look like you're both pretty groovy. Or if you'd like something visual that's not too abysmal, we could take in an old Steve Reeves movie.
Okay, he was
I'm glad
channeling
we
Tim
caught you
there.
at home. Could we use your phone? We're both in a bit of a hurry. We'll just say where we are and then get back to the car. We don't want to be in any worry.
Oh, you got caught with a flat? Well, how about that? Well, babies, don't you panic. 'Cause by the light of the night, you'll all seem all right. I'll get you a satanic mechanic. I'm just a sweet transvestite. Oh, transsexual Transylvania. Why don't you stay for the night? Or maybe a bite. I could show you my favorite of I've been making a man with more hair and a tan. He's good for relieving my tension. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. I'm just a sweet transvestite. Transsexual,
that was Anthony Head. Nice guy, great performer. That was a lovely performance of Sweet Transvestite from Rocky Horror. Needless to say, I do know all the words, and I have seen the movie probably several hundred times. I have friends who are in shadow casts, so I take it in every once in a while. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I realize it's a bit peculiar based on the type of music that I've been covering for the most part, but it's fun. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Watch, listen, read, explore. Till next time.